Namaskaram. You've all been watching my videos for the last 7 years on my YouTube channel, starting from the Sadhguru Sri Brahma series and the whole Himalayan journey, the series, and Know Your Culture and Know Your Temple series. And recently the Tata Talks, which I see you all have been enjoying, seeing the responses and the comments. But how many of you really know about me? Would you like to know why I have been going about this with such abandon and passion? I have never expressed on this platform as to why I am going about this, raising the awareness about the science behind Hindu temples and reconnecting with our culture. In this video, I am going to share what exactly I am doing and why I have been doing this. Recently, I was not so shocked to see that the government received a recommendation to pass an ordinance to ban wearing these colored threads and tilaks in schools and universities across the state of Tamil Nadu. Why? Because they want to avoid caste discrimination. And the not so funny part is a person with a tilak is standing in the picture. This shows the overall mindset of the Hindus all over. We assume that it is some law being passed somewhere else and nothing to do with us. Hindu temples are continuing to be destroyed under the pretext of having been built in unregistered land or various other reasons. Thousands of ancient temples are having trouble even to sustain with a single puja per day or even to light a lamp. This is not just in Tamil Nadu or India, even in the US. Did you know that you could be arrested or fined with $10,000 if you have a swastika marking in your car or outside your home? Because the whole narrative has been built by saying that swastika is a Nazi symbol and this is a representation of evil. Hindu organizations like Kona have been continuously fighting for such cases and have worked with lawmakers with great expenditure and risks and succeeded so that you can continue using these symbols and continue following your tradition and culture in the safety of your homes. I can go on and on, give you a long list of things that are being done all across the world to make Hindu a villain and remove it. We will not wake up until the threat knocks on our door. But by then, it may be too late. It's already happening in many of the states in India. There are many organizations and individuals who are working for the Dharmic revival. But the pace and the number is not enough. Unless we explain to the people why we are doing what we are doing and the impact of it, generally they do not understand the urgency. When we were researching about Sadhguru Sri Brahma ashrams, we saw that there were 72 ashrams just 80 years ago. But now we have only 12. What happened to the rest of them? They have become multi-storied apartments and shopping malls. Why did this happen? Because people saw that these spaces of ashrams and temples were not being frequented by people, and politicians or the goons took use of this opportunity of the real estate that is lying vacant and converted it to their name. And we didn't want the same thing to happen to the remaining 12. Since we made the Sadhguru Sri Brahma series, the footfall in all these ashrams had increased by 100 folds. People from both within India and from outside the country have started traveling to visit these ashrams in the last 3-4 years. Every time me or Vijay Kumar talk to one of these people who run these ashrams, this is a testimony that we keep hearing from them. Funds for the regular upkeep of these spaces and infrastructure development and Annadanam on a day-to-day basis have started pouring in. And they ascribe all of this to our documentary series. Recently, when we took a group of people to the Sadhguru Sri Brahma ashrams on a tour, in one of the temples, Yam Supalabram, where the temple is being reconstructed, on the spot, the participants donated around 2 lakhs and remotely 8 lakh was raised, which was directly transferred by the donor to the in charge who was doing the construction of the temple. So it is not my personal agenda or business motive to be doing these things. Thanks to my mentor in Mumbai, I was working in many ads and commercials for 4 years and sufficient funds came in. And these funds were utilized for the making of the Sadhguru Sri Brahma series along with the other donations which came in. It took us 5 years to raise the funds, travel, shoot, edit these videos and then release them. We faced lots of hardships during the making of this series. Some ashrams refused to let us in, doubting our motive. In some ashrams, we were abused because of our earlier association and the intent with which we have come there. But we kept going, and eventually we earned their trust and got permission to shoot these ashrams. These episodes also created awareness about various Siddha traditions and the Siddhars who existed in Tamil Nadu during those times. And above all, the devotion of the people who have kept it alive for the last 3 to 4 generations. We are glad that we went through all that and eventually made this happen. The upcoming documentary series on Agastya Muni is to bring to light the contributions of this legendary rishi who was one of the Sapta Rishis. He traveled not only throughout Bharat but to Sri Lanka and the whole of Southeast Asia. If we do not acknowledge his work, it also means that we do not value his contribution to Bharat and the rest of the world. He is somebody who wove the spiritual process into the culture of this land. Grama Devata and Kula Devata have become such a common phenomenon throughout this land only because of Agastya Muni and people like him who came after him. The Sabarimala temple issue was a very concerted move to break down the centuries-old tradition that have been kept up in the garb of discrimination against women. Sabarimala became the target because, as far as I know, apart from Pandharpur in Maharashtra, this is one place where people flock in millions after following Vrata, a disciplined 40 days of fasting, bhajans, sadhana, and a way of life. So they wanted to break it down. Simultaneously, when this was happening, the tried to shut down Agastya Kodam, which is a sacred spot where Agastya Muni is said to have left his physical body. But as a result of protests by Hindu groups, this was stopped. Agastya Muni was the originator of the martial arts system, Kalari Payattu, Marma system, Siddha Vaidyam, Tamil grammar, and the list goes on. Now, why is he not celebrated or acknowledged? Because if they did, then they cannot play the divide and rule game that they have been playing. Because Agastya Muni is born from the north, travels and comes down, and he has written both verses in Vedas, in Sanskrit, and also has given Tamil grammar. This effort of a documentary series is to acknowledge the great phenomenon that this yogi was. I usually do not make such videos for the risk that I may attract towards myself. I have personally witnessed an attempted physical attack on String Vinod's life. This happened when we were working together on the Sadhguru Sri Brahma series on season 2. Later, even his YouTube got deleted. These are the consequences of exposing oneself to working for the much needed Sanatana Dharma. For using words like Hinduism or casteism, my YouTube channel can be flagged or even removed. I take this risk of talking this language right now because there are some people who have been defaming my work and my intentions. It's okay if everybody does not understand the nature of the work that I'm doing, but please do not demean it because of your limited understanding. As a first step, let us stop being crabs who pull each other down. This is a much needed work and time is running out. There is an urgent need to educate ourselves and our next generation regarding the science behind our temples, the agamas, the architectural guidelines, the arrangement of different devatas in a temple, the science of the rituals, culture and traditions, and how can we benefit by following it. If we do not do this now, our future generations will question us regarding the very existence of the temples and why to follow the culture, and that will be the end of the rich culture of Bharat. Namaskar.